Are you ready to take your Twitch and Discord experience to the next level? Introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Makoni.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MakoniSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Tier 1 Truck Series playoffs. We kick off the round 8 here tonight at Kansas with the Wendy Joe Memorial 150. Of course, the Tier 1 Truck Series brought to you by Makoni Setup Shop. My name is Brayton Master calling all the action here tonight with Brett Blord working the controls as our producer. We have a eventful, action-packed evening. 100 laps here from Kansas Speedway. Beautiful racetrack just outside of Kansas City. A track that I have raced at myself. A very fun track as well with these trucks we are racing here tonight in the Tier 1 Truck Series. Qualifying is currently underway. To watch and see who's going to set down a fast time. Jared Magoon currently in the 17 machine, top of the board. 1 lap, 2 laps is all these drivers have tonight, and Magoon will currently be quickest. Caleb Collins at 72, driver currently second quickest from Canyon, Texas. There's a lot of canyons in Texas, but Caleb Collins is from one of them. Eddie Baker, driver we've talked about quite a bit tonight. We're going to take a quick moment during qualifying here and look at your point picture coming into the night. These drivers are round 8 drivers in contention going for a championship. We have 3 races here in the round of 8 kicking off here tonight at Kansas. Next week we'll go to everyone's least favorite oval, I believe it seems, talking to a lot of guys. Phoenix Raceway with obviously the wide dog. Like, they're 120 laps of competition. And then a very interesting twist, not only on a NASCAR schedule, but in a playoff schedule near this track, coming a little bit more common in recent years with the addition of it in real life series as well. That's North Wilkesboro Speedway to cap off your round 8. After that, we're going to take our top 4 drivers. We're going to go to Homestead. We're going to try and pick a champion there. Going to be a great time indeed. We're sticking with the win and you're in as long as you're present at all 3 races this round. So Justin Madigan with a very healthy advantage coming in tonight. 30 points over the cut line. Eddie Baker currently last driver in. Jeff Nairn and Zachary Wood second and third, both tied. Currently 4 points above the cut line with Dakota Ramsdell, Greg Wood actually tied right there on the cut line. Kevin Coleman and Caleb Collins all -1. So Justin Madigan Driver on the screen right now is going to be hard to beat. He's been absolutely dominant all season long. He's been on a tear. no matter where we go. 5 wins and just 9 starts, 7 top 10s and 6 top 5s. Currently goes top of the board. Is actually almost going to tie Dakota Ramsdell. A 30.454 versus a 30.458 for your front row. Currently, one driver, I believe, might still be on track. Actually, no, I lied. That's just Brett signed up as a driver. Got to get those points any way you can. So we got a couple of unique paint schemes and a couple of unique colors tonight. Wendy Jo, also known as Wes Fuller's sister, as some longtime league members might know her. Every time they come to Kansas, they run teal colored trucks in honor of Wendy Jo. So if you see any teal colored trucks at their night, that is who we are racing for. And that's why we're racing the Wendy Jo Memorial 150. And here is how they're going to actually line up for the Wendy Jo Memorial 150. Joseph Madigan, no surprise there. On the pole, that is going to be, I don't even know how many poles, but multiple poles this season for that driver, and a great way to start the playoffs. Dakota Ramsdell to his outside, Jared Magoon in the 17 there in third, Caleb Collins in fourth, Greg Wood Jr., the rap surgeon, in fifth, Jeff Nair in sixth, Eddie Baker in seventh, Cody Mitchell eighth, Paul Owens ninth, Jordan Berube 10th, Christopher Cash in 11th, Zachary Woods in 12th. So he'll have to fight his way up inside that top 10, get some stage points. You don't want to fall out of that playoff bubble early on. Jared Hayes in 13th, Ricky Gonzalez in 14th, Matt Erickson in 15th, Wes Fuller 16th, Joshua Blitter 17th, Kevin Coleman 18th, and then rounding out your field, we Bill Sleep. So that leaves us with 19 drivers ready to duke it out. They do have a couple minutes here to get warmed up. Looking at your playoff drivers, Madigan, your points leader, obviously going to be on the front row for this one. Dakota Ramsdell in second, came in tied on that bubble. Jeff Nairn lines up 6th here tonight. Zachary Woods, I believe, is the lowest starting driver in 12th. Eddie Baker will be one to watch as well, right there on the bubble. He is going to be rolling off 7th. Greg Wood Jr. inside the top 5 as well. And then Kevin Coleman. Actually, I lied. Kevin Coleman will be your lowest ranked starter here tonight, all the way down in 18th at double zero truck, and then Caleb Collins as well rolling off into the top 5. So Coleman going to have to find some stage points in yours tonight, one below the cut line. So when you only have 8 drivers, every point does matter. Speaking of something that matters, we're going to take a quick moment and thank those that matter to us, our lovely sponsors for the Tier 1 Racing League and the Tier 1 Truck Series. Starting with Maconey Setup Shop and Maconey Entertainment, www.maconeysetupshop.com, the home for paint schemes, setups, coaching, broadcasting, event promotion, and more on the iRacing service. Subscriptions available for as low as just $8 per month. EasyDay Bot. Stream smarter, chat better, and grow your community with the EasyDay Bot. This innovative Twitch and Discord bot takes interaction to the next level, keeping your audience engaged and connected. Don't just stream, build a community with the EasyDay Bot. You can see the bot in action right now on the Twitch stream. Don't listen to us talk about it when you can try it out now. Admin Box, built by iRacers for iRacers for use in league and hosted races. The goal, make race control as easy as possible. Each admin box connects via USB, features pre-programmed commands that means no key binding necessary for easy race control. Over 150 leagues and as many more members all use admin box with a common theme in mind to run a nice, clean race. Rap Surgeon, need a fresh look for your ride or your brand? Well, don't worry, Rap Surgeon has you covered. From stunning car paints to eye-catching logos, you'll make your vision come to life. Rap Surgeon, where creativity meets precision. Cash Custom 3D Printing. Need some custom 3D printing done? Well, check out Cash Custom 3D Printing. From trophies to unique designs, even race car parts, they bring your ideas to life with precision creativity. Support a small business and see their amazing work over on Facebook today over at Cash Custom 3D Printing, where your vision becomes reality. Speaking of race car parts, actually 3D printed mirrors for my ARCA car, as well as a brand new rear view mirror camera housing for our late model program. Tier 1 Studio. Racing fans, are you ready for the ultimate iRacing experience? Look no further than Tier 1 Studio. Covering all the action from Tier 1 Racing League, we bring you every race, every series, and every intense battle on the track. Whether it's the Xfinity Series, ARCA trucks, or special events. If it's happening in Tier 1 Racing, you'll find it live on Tier 1 Studio. Don't miss a second of action. Tune in, subscribe, and share. And of course, the Tier 1 Racing League, calling all iRacers. Are you looking for competitive racing, intense battles, and community that feels like family? Well, welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League. We run 3 action-packed series every week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, all kicking off at 8 p.m. Eastern. Whether they're chasing trophies or looking for some good racing and great friendships, Tier 1 Racing League has a spot for you. Want to get in on the action? Head over to tier1racingleague.com. You'll find all the details, including our Discord link. And of note, the Tier 1 ARCA series kicks off in a couple weeks. They have a recruitment race tomorrow night at Homestead. I believe you can find that under hosted around 8 o'clock Eastern. So the ARCA series, the TH Designs ARCA series, kicks off low. 10 race season plus an all-star race. Very awesome program they got going on over there. Custom fit setups. They have halfway breaks, no fast repairs, and some nice payouts, all for a $20 entry fee. So warm-up is warmed up here. We'll see just who was able to tame the playoffs here. A couple drivers getting their spotters in here last second as well. Better late than never. We already went through the starting grid and we'll kind of go through and just watch the grid roll across the screen. We'll go through it for good measure. We went through the qualifying results, but we'll go down the grid as well. Joseph Madigan and Dakota Rams are on your front row there. See how close this to our 4,000th of a second separate your front row. Jerry Magoon and Caleb Collins behind them in third and fourth. Greg Wood Jr. and Jeff Nairn. 2 playoff drivers right there. Actually 3 of them kind of boom, boom, boom. So going to be very interesting to see all those guys there trying and sort their way through one another. Eddie Baker and Cody Mitchell, 7th, 8th. Paul Owens and Jordan Barube in 9th and 10th. Christopher Cash at Cash Customs 3D printing truck, looking to 3D print himself a trophy if he gets the job done here tonight. And then Zachary Woods, another playoff driver, rolling off 12th. Jared Hayes in 13th, Ricky Gonzalez in 14th, Matt Erickson, Wes Fuller 15th and 16th, Joshua Blitter in 17th, and their lowest ranked playoff driver, Kevin Coleman, in that 00 machine. Deep in the field on this one, comes in ranked last in the playoff driver, so he'll definitely have to face some adversity to get out of this round. But it'll be Bill Sleep rolling off 19th here, and that will be your 19-car field that will see the green flag here. Stages 9 are 25 and 50. Take a look at the weather if we can as well. Beautiful night here in Kansas City. It's going to be 74 degrees Fahrenheit, both in the sky and on track. Track length 1.5 miles. So that's our normal kind of cookie cutter intermediate. Drivers do have 1 fast repair as well and 3 sets of tires in the pits. 60% fuel limit. Don't expect that to be an issue the first half of this race. But it's going to be Joseph Madigan in that 76 rolling off, leading the field to green, looking for win number 6 here this season, just 10 starts. Of note, he has 400 laps led this season. The next closest after playoff driver as well. It's not even close. It's a 72. So Joseph Madigan will lead the field to green. Green flag is out. We are playoff racing the Tier 1 Truck Series. 19 drivers make it through the trial side by side, and it's Joseph Madigan leading the way. Madigan running that white line in that 76 as the yellow flag comes out. Quick yellow here. The issue for the 6'9" of Christopher Cash, it seems you see the field already pretty dispersed. So trouble already. Go back and see what happened here. 6'9" of Christopher Cash just makes contact with a 6. A couple playoff drivers, I think, involved in that 7, the 6, the 35. So the 35 of Wes Fuller involved in that one. 7 of Gonzalez. The 6 of Zachary Woods. So Cash said that something has happened, I think, to his wheel. As that truck takes a hard right up into the 6 of Zachary Woods. So trouble for the third-ranked playoff driver. Hard hits all around, and they all end up, all 4 of them backwards up against the outside wall. Kind of like a Congo line. To see that 35, that teal truck we were just talking about a bit ago. And a lot of drivers have a little bit of teal, some of them have a little bit less, a little bit more. And pit road is open for the first time in this race, and a couple takers are ready, presumably to get some damage fixed. So Justin Madigan leads the field. Makes it 400 laps led this season. Next closest is Eddie Baker with 70. So definitely put on a nice showing here. We'll be talking to a couple of these drivers throughout our caution period tonight. We'll go ahead and take a moment for this first caution, let them kind of breathe a little bit, let the nerves calm down, and we'll catch them in the next one. But see, this field very eager to race. So we'll sit here and expect to choose this time by. So Madigan won their last time out at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. Coming across the twos here. Choosing low, no surprise there. This track is pretty flat out in these trucks, you know, very downforce dependent. Say normally on fresh tires, you can definitely take it full throttle. You can do it in the ARCA car in real life as well. You can also spin out in the ARCA car here in real life. Ask me how I know.
Hands left.
Sorry. I mean, someone could call it out for him.
So field gets double file, but the 83 of Ramsdale to his outside of your leader, Joseph Madigan. 17, Jared Magoon in line behind them. Kib Collins in 4th. And basically your top 10 stay the exact top 10. Joshua Blitter took heavy advantage as well, as Kevin Coleman mentioned he needed to be perfect tonight, get some points. Well, both those drivers up 6 spots already. And looking at a top 10 run, just a couple laps in. So lap 4 complete when we cross the line here. Pace car will pull below the white line. And it'll be Madigan leading the field to green here. Looking for a better start. So far, it's already side by side, but not for the front row as Madigan pulls away to a car length and a half advantage going into turn 1. Look at the 72. That's Caleb Collins looking for a hole underneath Dakota Ramsdale. Not able to find as Ramsdale closes his door up on him in that big Tex 83 machine. Another look to get the draft off Madigan. He's going to get it. Look at that closing rate from the 83. Madigan will stick it down low, trying to take any air off the nose of the 83. And look at the stack-up effect starting to happen as the 17 about gets turned. He's going to come up the track, make a little bit more contact. They keep it straight for now. But a couple big bobbles there as Greg Wood runs into the back of Jared Magoon. So Magoon going to fall now outside the top 10 from his top 3 starting position. The 7-2 Collins now looking to build a run. He'll build that run. He'll take it to the back bumper of Madigan. The 84 now of Eddie Baker enters this picture. Mentioned, you know, pretty flat out here, almost like a drafting track in the early run. As Dakota Ramsdale drafting his way to the lead. They're going to be staggered 3 wide through travel, but it'll be Ramsdale getting a lap led. He'll go low to slam the door on Madigan. Slams it low too late. Madigan has to back off. Keep his foot in it. But it's all Ramsdale out front. Ramsdale trying to sit here, make some magic happen tonight. As Madigan falls back to third at 72 of Caleb Collins will steal that second spot. Ramsdale looking to get some laps led this season. Only one stage win, only 32 laps led this season. Trying to put another tick in that stage one box. Currently, Madigan has the most at 6. You see him 3 wide back at the 99. About takes out the 22. That is Joshua Blitter. And the 22 of Jordan Maruby. Greg Wood trying to rebound from that contact with Jared Magoon earlier. Currently running in the 10th position. Eddie Baker as well trying to advance through the field. Started 7th, trying to take it to the outside of Madigan. It's not very often you get an opportunity to pass Justin Madigan, and Eddie Baker is making the most of it. He'll clear him off of turn 2, going into turn 3. Eddie Baker definitely running a little bit of a more conservative line right here, trying to save his tires late in the race. Also finding some great short run speed. Coming to start lap number 10 here, so 15 to go in the stage. And outside the initial start, it's all been clean and green. Side by side for the race, leading for a split second. Collins at 72 will fall back. Eddie Baker, the man on a mission in the 84, all trying to run down Dakota Rams going to 83. Look at the 19 as well. Jeff Nairn, playoff driver, enters the picture here tonight. Came in tonight second in playoff standings behind Madigan. Just needs to kind of run these races, keep them clean, and that's all I think it's going to take. Is run 3 good, clean races here in this round, and you'll find yourself a racing at Homestead for a championship. Obviously, every point matters, and it's Caleb Collins trying to get a point away from the 19 of Jeff Nairn. Collins came in tonight, the lowest ranked driver. I'm going to give a bump to the driver currently sitting on the cutoff, and that's Eddie Baker in the 84. Look at Kevin Coleman in the 00. Where did he come from? Started all the way back in 18th, up to 5th already. Took advantage of that first lap catastrophe. Moved inside the top 10, and he's not wasting any time whatsoever to start his playoffs with a bang. Kevin Coleman comes in tonight with 0 stage wins, only 20 laps led this season. Currently running the outside, trying to steal 4th away from the 19 of Jeff Nairn. Coleman is one of the lower ranked drivers as far as playoff drivers go for stage points collected. Something the 3rd worst with 54 stage points collected this season. Tonight he might just get a quarter or 1/3 of his total stage points he got all season in one race if he can keep this speed up. Gets around Jeff Nairn there for 4th. Trying to run down Caleb Collins. Madigan looks like he turned on the afterburner switch. He's looking outside of Coleman. He'll make a little bit of contact to fall back a split second. Have to rethink the run as Kevin Coleman follows the 72 of Collins up the track a little bit, trying to get the draft, and we staggered 3 wide as Jeff Nairn now splitting the bottom. About drifts up, makes a little bit of contact. I think Berube made contact with the wall there. There's some sparks flying from that admin box machine. And it's Kevin Coleman who now falls back, and Madigan who excels to that position. Side by side now for 3rd. It's Collins and Joseph Madigan back up front in the podium. Who's still 3rd from the 72, looking to get 2nd now from Eddie Baker. Looked like Madigan was waiting a couple laps to make sure he had something for the end of this run, as Dakota Ramsdale has a 4/10 advantage now over 2nd of Baker and Madigan. So a bit of a lap traffic entering the picture as well. I'll have to see how that kind of plays out here. So Jared Hayes is on the chopping block down the track. You see him there entering turn 1. It's that 46 Super Flow machine. Looking to get lapped in about the next 2 to 3 laps. See if anyone takes advantage of that and see the field is there. So that gives some draft, though, for Dakota Ramsdale in the 83. Riding on board now with him. That's one thing when you're the leader, you don't have any dirty air, and it helps you big time in the corners, especially at tracks like Kansas as you get later in the run and your tires start to hurt big time, as Madigan made the move for 2nd there on Eddie Baker. So a couple playoff drivers trying to run down your current race leader, Dakota Ramsdell. Ramsdell came in tonight outside that playoff bubble. So what a way to shake things up already. I mean, all it really takes is a couple bad races, and it's not very likely, but when Madigan gets wrecked out here early in this race and early in the next couple of races, and you have 3 surprise winners and only have 1 spot in on points, the most dominant guy could be knocked out and not get the race for a championship. I think he's in good hands. It's Jared Hayes, though, right here, the driver that should be sweating a little bit. Not in the playoffs, but sweating because he has a pack of 16 trucks all within a couple seconds of one another, about to pounce on him like a leopard. Look at Jeff Nairn. Getting passed now by Greg Wood in that 67 machine. Wood mentioned his issue earlier, made some contact with Jed Magoon. Been trying to rebound his run this entire time. Just now makes it back inside the top 8. Dirty Air might start to play a factor here. See Ramsdell running a little higher up on the track than he has the last couple laps. Jared Hayes went to the bottom there. Not sure if that was a result of lap. He's got some breathing room. Currently still 3 to 4 tenths over Madigan. Coming to about 5 laps to go in the stage for Ramsdell. Only 1 stage win this season. What a way to kick off the playoffs. With the stage win, it was able to get the job done here in 5 laps time. But that 76 is closing, and he is closing fast. Closes the gap just a half a tenth that last time by. And as Madigan gets closer, so does Eddie Baker in the 84. So all your drivers in this lead battle here, all running the top. Kind of like monkey see monkey do. What are you going to do? Just do what the leader does because it's working for him for now. Some draft now coming into effect for that lap car of Jared Hayes and Dakota Ramsdell. And with the draft comes the Dirty Air. He'll run the middle as Ramsdell will run the high side. Kevin Coleman in trouble for the 0-0. He's going to lose internet connection. Heartbreak for the driver that's having the run of his life here tonight at Kansas in the Tier 1 Truck Series in the Wendy Memorial. Unfortunately, his race will end a little prematurely. He's got a chance to get back in and get a couple laps back, but it's going to be a tall task to come back from multiple laps down as the Ramsdell is putting Jared Hayes his first lap down and into that lucky dog position here tonight. He'll take that lucky dog spot away from Wes Fuller in the 35. So the gap still about 3.5 tenths over Madigan and Ramsdell. Ramsdell with the advantage coming off of turn 4 here. And lap traffic playing a part of it. Hayes kind of washed up a little bit and trying to get the draft. Looks like off their leader. And that forced Madigan to move up the track, not get the line he wanted through the travel. So Hayes will stick to that bottom groove, kind of let Eddie Baker and company go on by there. Kind of a bad spot to run into him there on the travel for Madigan. So Eddie Baker into the wall a little bit with that right rear coming here to start lap 24. 2 to go in stage number 1. It's Dakota Ramsdell leading the way, but barely a tenth and a half over Madigan. All of your lead pack drivers now running the wall. Putting the right rear spoiler where it doesn't belong. They knock the deck out of it. Who cares? See the sparks coming off the back bumper of Madigan there. Onto the windshield of Eddie Baker. Look at the run. Baker gets in the corner. Coming to the white flag here in stage number 1. It is Ramsdell, but does Madigan have anything to say about it? Looking for a 7th stage win this season. One driver looking for a 2nd stage win, and that's your current leader. Dakota Ramsdell will run the high side. Madigan would choose to run the white line. He'll throw the crossover move on Ramsdell. He'll slide up. He'll lose momentum. Ramsdell will play the crossover move. He'll cut to the inside, down the back straightaway. Eddie Baker will play that same move, cut to the inside. He'll throw a slider on Madigan. It looks like he won't get clear. Ramsdell will drive away with it. They'll be side by side for second. Madigan pulling away off of turn 4. Eddie Baker taps the wall. 1, 2, 3. Ramsdell, Madigan, and Baker to end stage number 1. So what a run out of the gate there for the driver in the 83. Needed every point he could get, and that would definitely do him a lot of favors. Came in the night tied on the bubble over Eddie Baker, Zachary Wood, and Greg Wood. I'm sorry. He made up 4 points on Zachary Woods and Jeff Nairn. So currently, I believe, second in playoff standings. We'll take a moment and talk to the man that knew Wendy Joe the best. That's going to be Wes Fuller in the 35. Wes, tonight we're racing the Wendy Joe Memorial 150. We've got a lot of teal trucks out here in action. And can you kind of just give us a quick moment, a little bit, and tell us what this race means?
I'm sorry, I could barely hear you there. Not going so good for me right now, but pretty much in 2010, my sister got cervical cancer, and after a 5-month long battle, she lost her battle with it. And so, like, a lot of these leagues are gracious enough to honor my sister. Like, I know there's some of them that still, even though I don't race in it, are still honoring her. So it's been really cool. See some of these leagues kind of jump on board and have a bunch of teal cars. I want to thank all my TTR teammates for doing that. And yeah, just kind of, I grew up around the Kansas City area. Like, I watched this place be built from the ground up. Like, I remember seeing houses here, and now there's a racetrack in the whole city. You've been here, so it's just kind of a lot of special memories, and a lot of special memories with my sister, my family, and everybody. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Well, we are definitely sorry to hear about the story of Wendy Joe, and you picked a good racetrack to obviously host everything here, and you got a lot of support with all the teal trucks out there tonight. Seems that about every other truck we look at is teal themed, and very, very sad deal, but glad we were able to remember her.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It's a lot. It's really cool for my family and all that, for everybody to do this. I know my mom enjoys it, and definitely brings a tear to our eye whenever people do stuff like this for us. So kind of cool.
For sure. We'll let you get back to the race and wish you a little better luck here in stage number 2.
I appreciate it, man. We'll try to get back on the lead lap, see if I can do something. Kind of struggling right now.
It's Wes Fuller there, obviously the brother of Wendy Joe, and kind of the host, I guess is a good way of putting it, of the Wendy Joe Memorial 150. You see all the teal trucks here tonight in remembrance of Wendy Joe. Everyone, though, looking for that little brick road. So choose here to start stage number 2. We're going to lap number 50, so already a handful of caution laps will eat away at the start of stage 2. Will be Ramsdell and Eddie Baker on your front row here. Baker with a very nice pit stop. About 10th quicker than Madigan, and that was all he needed to kind of jump up there and restart now on this front row. So we Caleb Collins at 7-2 in 4th. Jordan Berube in 5th, but it's Dakota Ramsdell leading the field to green here. Start of stage number 2. Ramsdell will click off another lap led side by side for second. It's Eddie Baker and Justin Madigan. Story we've kind of seen all night, but Caleb Collins looking to enter that picture as well. The big thing here is you'll not burn your stuff up. The first 5 laps will race like a super speedway race. It's going to be one big pack, and then it's kind of sort itself out from there. Madigan played a very conservative strat last time. Just kind of fell back a little bit, didn't race anybody, saved his tires, made sure he had something there for the end, just ran out of time. Currently turning the heat up a little bit more this time around, though. He's cooking with butter, trying to get that truck back up front, but it'll be Caleb Collins and Jordan Berube in the 72 and the 22 trying to derail that train. See Berube now in that 22 inside of Madigan. Side by side for third. It'll be Madigan, though, running the high line, getting that momentum off the corner, who will clear himself for third and get right in line with the 72 Caleb Collins. So they're going to use that momentum, try and carry it through turn 1 and 2 here into the back bumper of your leader, Dakota Ramsdell. It'll be Collins, though, who peeks out of line. He'll bring Madigan with him, side by side off of turn 2. Collins running the high line. Ramsdell on the bottom in the 83, and it'll be Madigan in line behind Ramsdell. So neither one of these trucks giving, neither one of these trucks taking. It's a stalemate up front. Ramsdell go below the apron and cross the line. It's a 0.005 of a second difference, with a beneficiary going to Dakota Ramsdell. Collins pulls about half truck length ahead, maybe a little bit more. Yes, a little bit more. He'll get the truck length advantage. Caleb Collins, new leader, entering turn number 3 for the first time tonight. The 72 out front in command. Collins came in tonight the lowest ranked driver in the playoffs. Now leading with 16 laps to go in stage number 2. Collins doesn't have a stage win this season. And what a story it'd be for these two drivers with the lowest amount of stage wins and stage points scored to win stage 1 and 2. And this battle for second is going to help him a ton as Madigan trying to work his way around Berube in the 83 of Ramsdell. He'll slide up, get a little bit of bumper love, it looked like, from the 83. It's Madigan trying to play offense and defense. You got to pick one or the other here. And so far, it's actually working out pretty well for Madigan. Into next week, we go to Phoenix. It's got an 8:45 p.m. Eastern broadcast start, as always. So, a very unique track over there, though, different from the cookie cutter style of intermediate tracks that we normally go to. In North Wilkesboro. Well, you don't want to go into North Wilkesboro looking to point your way in. But it's Madigan trying to win his way in, looking to get the lead now from Caleb Collins to the 72. Collins will hold on to the bottom. He'll slide up, take the air off Madigan. Madigan will cut down low. Just thank you very much. Now it's Madigan running the bottom, looking to maybe throw a slide on him who'll stick down to like butter on toast. Looking to maybe pull away or melt away this lead, and Collins is melting away at the lead. So Collins will stick to the bottom. One thing I'm not quite understanding from these guys, they're making the passes on the high side. Madigan's kind of getting here. They're making passes on the high side, and Collins did this. He made the pass on the high side, and then he stuck to down low to play defense. And you see when Madigan ran the top there, Collins couldn't get the run, and he couldn't get around him. So you gotta kind of watch your tires, make sure you got something here at the end. So running the traditional line, you enter the corner up high and you cut down low. Like Madigan is there to save your tires up when you start playing defense low. I think running the high line is a way to go. See, multiple drivers in the wall, especially Eddie Baker. Oh boy, his body guy must hate him. He's knocked the right rear off, I think, about 16 times. And it'll be the 17 of Jared Magoon, who slides right on by, taking advantage of the beating and banging with the wall there. Eddie Baker trying to fight back. But look up front, Collins just trying to get around Joseph Madigan. He was side by side through the tri-oval. Now Collins has to play defense on the 83. Bit of a bobble from Madigan. That'll slow him up a little bit. He'll still get the run off the corner. Collins will get back in line. And just like that, we mentioned, you enter high, you stay down low in the middle, and you exit high, you save your tires, and then when they get closest, run the high lane. One driver currently living in high life, and that's Greg Wood, who's driven his way from the front to the back, and now back up to the front here, passing Jordan Berube in the 22 to get inside the top 5. And once again, Madigan playing that defensive line up top. It'll kind of hurt his tires in the long run, but 10 laps to go in stage number 2. Not a whole lot of racing left before you know they're going to have a caution. You know they'll be able to come down and put 4 brand new Goodyear slicks on it. Greg Wood now looking to make his move on Dakota Ramsdell for third. He needs some stage points, especially after Ramsdell got that stage win to kick off the race. came in the night tied on Ramsdale for stage points. Greg Wood did finish 6th in that stage, so Eddie Baker's also tied to finish 3rd. They're currently on the outside looking in as Greg Wood trying to kind of flip the bubble a little bit here. Makes it around Ramsdale there for 3rd. Has his sights set on the 72 Caleb Collins. 8 laps to go in stage number 2. The laps are going by quickly here from Kansas Speedway in the Wendy Memorial 150. It's been a season of dominance for Joseph Madigan. Mentioned his 5 wins, 400 plus now laps. Led 6 stage wins in just 9 starts this season. The biggest stretch he went without a win was the first 2 races at Daytona and Richmond. He won race number 3, he won race number 4, he won race number 5, he won race number 7, and race number 9. So it was a very tall task to dethrone Madigan. He was always in a position to win it, though, no matter the track we went to, from Talladega to Daytona to Richmond to Lucas Oil, Indianapolis Raceway Park. So, winner at Talladega, Zachary Woods, got handed the win after a penalty was applied. Currently running in the 8th spot. Trying to make the most of this playoff berth here. Came in night 3rd on the playoff bubble. Currently running 8th. Just inside the top 10. Looking to get some stage points. And he ended stage number 1 in 10th. So, looking maybe a pendulum swing here. Move his way inside the top 10 a little bit. Get some more points. So he's currently benefiting big time from the internet issue of Kevin Coleman, who of note is back in the field, currently running 19th, 5 laps down. So it's 5 laps to go in stage number 2, and still Madigan with a healthy lead, 3.5 plus tenths on Caleb Collins, now 4 tenths as they enter turn 3. It seemed kind of a couple laps to go on the stage, starts to run that high line, even though he's not under pressure. I think that high line's a faster line, just burns the tires up a lot quicker. See, everyone, remember at the end of the last stage, everyone kind of transitioned to the high line as well. So, no matter who can save your stuff and still carry a lot of speed. And Madigan kind of got that down pat. Now a 4.5 tenth advantage over Collins as they cross the line here. And Collins trying to hang on to 2nd. So Madigan mentioned, that dominance. It's been hard, a hard man to beat. And a hard man to even pass. But of course, he was able to come out here and get these runs through consistency, and consistency is key when you're racing for a championship like this. Mentioned only 2 races where he hasn't finished inside the top 10. Those 2 races were the first 2, Daytona and Richmond, and he finished 1st, 2nd every single time except for 1 time at Talladega. So looking low to be not quite his normal state of perfection and of leading 75% of the race, but back out front where he's used to seeing. 3 laps to go in stage number 2. Collins over Ramsdale for 2nd and 3rd. Greg Wood a half second behind him in 4th, and Jordan Marubi in 5th for their top 5 here. Jared Magoon, Eddie Baker, Jeff Nairn, Ricky Gonzalez, and Paul Owens rounds out your top 10. Collins riding on board now with him, trying to not necessarily run down Madigan, who's looking to come to 2 laps to go, I believe. 1 lap to go in the stage. So nothing you can really do here, a little too late, but you can defend. Get that 1 stage point over Ramsdale and everyone else behind you. because that 1 point might be the difference between making it or not, but it's going to be the driver of the 76, looking for a 7th stage win this season. Looking to pick up another 10 playoff points on top of, or stage points over the 126 points that he already has this season. It'll be Joseph Madigan getting the job done here and winning stage number 2, putting his stage point total already at 145 for the season. Of note, there are not guys who have 145 total points this season. To kind of give you a whole picture of Madigan's dominance. We'll go and take a side-by-side break as pit stops coming up here shortly.
Are you ready to take your Twitch and Discord experience to the next level? Introducing Easy Daybot, your ultimate bot for seamless interaction. Whether you're live on Twitch or chatting on Discord, Easy Daybot's dynamic responses open up a whole new world of possibilities. Engage with your community like never before through unique prompts, custom reactions, and endless fun. It's the bot that understands you. Make every day an Easy Day download now at easydaybot.com.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Makoni.
We now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MakoniSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome to the Tier 1 Racing League, where precision, competition, and innovation come together to create the ultimate iRacing experience. Every race, every battle, and every moment in T1TS, T1L, T1X, and special events is brought to you by Tier 1 Studios, the premier destination for professional high-quality broadcasts. Tune in and experience racing like never before. Explore everything we have to offer at Tier1RacingLeague.com. From race schedules and standings to event galleries and league signups, it's all there at your fingertips. Join the competition, watch the action, be part of the legacy. Tier 1 Racing League, where champions are made.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the full screen coverage here of the Wendy Memorial and the Tier 1 Truck Series presented by Makoni Setup Shop. We're here. It's playoff time. It's do or die time for a lot of these guys. It's Joseph Madigan leading the way to kick off stage number 3. So we got 8 playoff drivers in the field. A quick reminder of who they are. It's Joseph Madigan, Jeff Nairn, Zachary Woods, Eddie Baker, Dakota Ramsdale, Greg Wood Jr., Kevin Coleman, and Caleb Collins. Of note, Kevin Coleman has had a couple of issues. Currently the lowest ranked driver in the race, 19th, 5 laps down. So Wes Fuller gets his lucky dog that he needed after talking to him at the end of stage 1 there. Back on the lead lap to give us 17 trucks on the lead lap. Only other truck not on the lead lap besides Kevin Coleman was Christopher Cash, who was involved in a lap 1 incident, had to tow, and lost 3 laps. Looking to kick off stage number 3 here. It's going to be a 46 lap dash to the finish. So you win and you're in. That's all there is to it. Obviously, post-race penalties can apply, and we can fix that if we have to. So don't drive through somebody, and you'll of course be present for the other 2 races in the round. But for now, it's here and it's now. It's Joseph Madigan leading the field through tribal and into turn 1. So first 5 to 10 laps, race a bit like a pack race here. Gonna get some big runs, some big drafts down the straightaways. It'll be easy to make some moves, and it's about saving your tires up after that. Especially this stage is twice as long as the first 2. So So tire wear will be a big deal. Most of these guys have one set remaining in the pits, and it's the 72 of Caleb Collins, who's wasting no time to try and get a lead around Justin Madigan. Madigan will give it to him. And it's Caleb Collins leading the way for the second time here tonight. Caleb Collins, 6 laps led this entire season. I think he's got twice as many led this race alone. So it's that 19 as well. Jeff Nairn also 6 laps led this season. So a little further out of the picture, but great run currently in the top 5. With Berube in the 22, that's really turning a lot of heads. Qualified well inside the top 10. A driver that's not in the playoff bubble was the first driver out. But driver just led a lot of laps this season and currently trying to stay away from their playoff regulars. So Berube had a couple of issues last week, had a bad migraine, missed Indianapolis Raceway Park, and fell out of playoffs. So heartbreak for him. Of course, obviously got to put your health first. Mentioned wanting to race like a pack. Well, it's side by side up front for second. All the side by side is allowed Caleb Collins to pull away the half-second lead, and then you have a giant packed house here like you're at the Whataburger drive-thru, and you got to pick a lane and you don't know what you want. Someone's holding up the line. Currently, it's Madigan's trying to save his tires. It looks like that's holding up traffic here. Greg Wood got around him a second, go for second. Greg Wood will pull away, and let's leave the pack in his rearview mirror. So look at that. 4 rows of side-by-side action here at Kansas. Everybody trying to sort it out. I really like, well, it's not fast, obviously, right now. The 7.6 Justin Madigan clearly saving his tires up. He's playing chess. Everyone out here is playing iRacing. So, keeping his tires in shape. I thought that was pretty good. Look at the contact notice. The 19 of Nairn narrowly avoids contact with the 30 of Paul Owens. The Rhett Jones Racing driver, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong after the fact. But he does something. Yeah, he does something with Rhett Jones. So he's got the number, he's got the logos on the truck. That's good enough for me. Larry is a really, really, really big fan. So currently 3 wide, though, trying to fan his way through traffic. That's Eddie Baker in the 85 moving around Paul Owens. And the 83, Ramsdell, the stage 1 winner, trying to get back up front here. So Paul Owens trying to find his way back now around the 84 of Eddie Baker. Which is not hotline, it's fast, but it eats at your tires. A bit of a bobble there from Baker. He'll go to the apron. So single file, though, rested away. And it's Greg Wood, who is single file. Not fast house wrapped. It's a beautiful looking machine tonight. That 6.7 is. Trying to run down the other teal truck, the other 72 of Caleb Collins. Greg Wood, another playoff driver here tonight. A driver who's only led 29 laps this season, looking to lead a couple here tonight. Been one of the more consistent drivers, 6 top 10s and 9 starts. And got a podium back at Chicagoland and Las Vegas and Daytona. So 3 third-place finishes. 2 of them coming at intermediates like this. So he knows how to get the job done. As Eddie Baker gets turned in the wall, he'll come down. He'll collect the 17 again. We're playing bumper cars, and now we're bumping a little too hard. Kevin Coleman slides in the wreck for the fun of it. And we have a 4-car wreck here on lap 63. That started with Eddie Baker and the 17 of Jared Magoon. We'll go back and see what happened here. So look at the contact between Magoon and Baker. So Magoon trying to fill the high line there. I think he's going to get into the right rear of Baker. He'll put Baker up in the wall. Yeah, right there. That turns Baker up in the wall. Baker comes back down. Magoon also comes back down. About to take out the 83. Zachary Woods in the 6 kind of sees it happening in front of him. He goes low. Jared Hayes has to try and get out of the way, and Eddie Baker comes off the wall down low. It's another 4 wide. Zachary Woods gets clipped by Magoon. Jared Hayes, I think, got into Magoon, sent him down the track, and Kevin Coleman nowhere to go. It's wrong place, wrong time for the driver in the 00 machine. Already having a rough go around this race. And 3 playoff drivers involved in that one. So pit stop time for some of these guys. Pit stop time later, as Jordan Ruby, Paul Owens, and Joseph Madigan stay out here. Also, Jared Hayes, I believe, stays out. That's a drive-through. Mrs. Stall. It'll be Greg Wood Jr. leading the field on freshies. Looks like just right sides though for most of these guys. I believe that's our last set, so you kind of made your bed here. I think Hayes missed his pit stall, so expect him to come down again here. And Zachary Woods is going to be the first DNF of the playoffs. Heartbreak for the driver that won his way in at Talladega a couple of weeks ago. So Eddie Baker, spinning when he hit the wall there, steering broke. Obviously, he wasn't in control at that point. He was heading straight for the iceberg. That was Jared Magoon. So Jared Hayes stays out on old tires. So I think he kind of saw everyone pit behind them and or in front of him, I guess. And he was involved in that incident. He didn't actually stop in his pit stall, though. He stopped back on lap 50. So that's looking at their pit stop time, how long they were in the pits there. He's had some quick times. He hasn't, but Jordan Ruby, it's knocked out of the playoffs coming into them. Then we get a fighting chance. But it'll be him, Paul, and Madigan out front, old rubber. I think staying out is the winning move to get a caution in 10 laps. But Madigan's going to have to hope he gets that caution in about 10 laps time. Even 20 laps. I said get it in 5 laps. Well, it doesn't really make a whole lot of a difference and just go to the back. You need a long-ish run here. And the green flag is out for the 22 of Jordan Maruby. Madigan trying to get inside of Paul Owens. He does get inside. He'll be side by side. He'll get clear on the inside. And he'll bring Greg Wood with him. So Greg Wood, first driver on fresh tires. 2 right side fresh tires for that 6-7 machine. Working his way up in a third. Jared Hayes also starting to fall back a little bit. Looking to get overrun by Jeff Nairn. Nairn to chalk up a little bit. Fall back. And rethink his approach. It's Madigan trying to get the lead while he still can. Running that high lane. At this point, he knows he kind of made his bed. Needs to build as much of a gap as he can on that tire set that he's got on his truck. Wes Fuller, connection issue for the 35. So he'll drop out as well. Has plenty of time to get back in, but heartbreak for the driver in the 35. As the 30 of Paul Owens about runs over the 22. And it's Greg Wood and Caleb Collins trying to short their way around the 30 of Owens. Collins trying to use the whole track, even use the outside wall. It's all Madigan pulling away for the time being. So a bit of bump drafting going on down the back straightaway here between Paul Owens and Greg Wood. Wood trying to now pull away from those pack of teal trucks we got going on here. Paul Owens, the 30 to 72, Caleb Collins, and of course Greg Wood in the 67. So top three have pulled away. Greg Wood mentioned those new right sides for him. Is in a really prime spot to get a win here tonight at Kansas. What a story it would be. There's a lot of storylines kind of emerging early on in this round of 8 here in the playoffs. So only one person can be champion, though. That's what you got to remember. You got to get to Homestead first. A couple guys trying to obviously win their way in. Some guys trying to point their way in. Some guys just trying to survive. Bonus drivers, the 19 of Jeff Nairn. That truck, it looks a little loosey-goosey. That's trying to get a top 5 finish for the time being, though. As Berube will go inside of Madigan. I think Madigan kind of burnt stuff up a little bit too hard there on that run. It opens the door for Berube to close up, throw the slide job, slides his way right into the wall almost. Madigan trying to figure out what to do. And that's going to open the door for Greg Wood to maybe go 3 wide. No, Madigan will get clear. He'll come up high. He'll bring Greg Wood with him. Greg Wood, though, now trying to get around the 22 Berube. We got a lot of teal trucks now entering this picture. And it's Berube, though, a non-teal truck, trying to hold them off. I mentioned all these teal trucks in remembrance of Wendy Joe and tonight's Wendy Joe Memorial 150. So we talked to Wes Fuller a little bit ago and got the full rundown on that. If you missed it, it was at the end of stage 1. You can obviously go back and listen to it, but very sad story indeed. But we're racing for a good cause here tonight. A lot of guys trying to win in honor of Wendy Joe, and Greg Wood Jr. leads the teal pack of drivers, trying to do so. Currently in 3rd, trying to work his way around the 22. So new tires, really not a huge difference right now, it seems, between Wood and Berube. I mean, they only had about 3 to 4 green flag laps before the caution came out. Now, side by side, Caleb Collins and Jed Magoon split Greg Wood 3 wide. Magoon running in the middle, Collins running up high, Wood down low. Trouble for one driver, gets himself in the wall, Jeff Nairn in the wall, one driver flipping down the tri-oval, skateboarding Tony Hawk Pro Skater style, lands on all fours and Jeff Nairn. Here comes a couple others, the 44 involved with Cody Mitchell, I think Belitter as well. And this all started with a 7 of Ricky Gonzalez hitting the wall, coming off the corner. So this is exactly what Joseph Madigan needed, exactly what he wanted. And see how it's going to start. The Ricky Gonzalez, a 7. Sits 3 wide behind him. His dirty air all across the nose. Washes up in the wall. Paul Owens runs out of real estate trying to avoid him. Comes down, gets into Jeff Nairn. And borderline assaults Ricky Gonzalez. And he skateboards the wall. At this point, here comes the rest of the field of the 44 of Belitter. And Cody Mitchell. Cody Mitchell in the 44, I believe. Belitter in the 99. So the 99 there, Josh. The Blitters. Everyone running out of real estate. So most guys should have a faster pair left. No tires low. Oh! One driver hit the wall there. I think Belitter. Yeah, Belitter's front end, well, there isn't much left of it. And with 25 laps to go, pit road is open. We'll see what some of these guys do here. Throw some left sides on as Gonzalez misses the commitment cone, commitment line, and everything. We'll see what the strategy call is here. See if we can get a look at Madigan. See if that car is going up. Right side's currently off the ground. There's Eddie Baker coming out. Magoon. So looks like a couple of 2 tires left side stops for some guys. Some guys might have saved a set early on. Some guys might be fueling up. But at this point, everyone's pretty much on the same playing field for the most part. Eddie Baker will lead the field out of pit lane to the green here. See if we can get the pit stop strategy to look at their lap stints if we can. So see the stint links there. Some guys like Baker and Magoon pitted 12 laps ago, came down, threw some tires on it. I think Baker and Magoon just came down and threw new lefts on it. Not sure how much that'll help him, but help him a little bit. Guys like Madigan and Berube, they'll come down throwing 4. So choose. See who chooses what line. This can make or break your race. So, looking at the front row, it's Eddie Baker and Joseph Madigan on the inside with fresh tires. Who would let that happen? So Madigan looking to drive away with this one after Baker and Magoon basically kind of handed him a front row restarting spot here. Berube will line up there in 3rd. The Raptors and Greg Wood in 5th. Collins in 6th. Ramsdell 7th. Erickson 8th. Jared Hayes and Bill Sleep. Don't sleep on Bill Sleep inside the top 10. So most of the field picking the bottom, but it's Eddie Baker from the outside. He will lead them to green. 22 laps to go in the Wendy Joe Memorial 150. It's Eddie Baker leading the field, leading the way, and he's got Joseph Madigan breathing down his neck. Madigan moves to the high side. Baker tries to cut him off. Nothing he can do there. No defense really in the playbook against those 4 fresh tires. It's Madigan who now drives over the off of turn 4. Got Jared Hayes in that 46 looking to split him and the 83 Ramsdell 3 wide as well as Jordan Berube. And it's Madigan already with a 2/10 advantage going into turn 1 here. Jared Hayes looks like he's been shot out of a cannon on those 4 fresh Goodyear rubbers. Looking to try and make a magical moment here. Kansas goes to the Emerald City, gets his wish granted. Trying to find victory lane here. We'll just follow the yellow brick road, Jared. Might even find himself a pair of ruby slippers. Jared Hayes in line, currently in 2nd. They're behind Madigan, but it's Berube and Ramsdell in the 83 trying to get that 2nd spot and see how much they want it. They want it bad. They want to split him 3 wide, put him in the middle. And that's going to open the door for Greg Wood and Caleb Collins to get inside of Berube now for 4th. And they're going to get turned. Collins goes in the wall. Greg Wood goes through the grass. Caution flag is out. And the field going left, going right, going through it. Everyone trying to get around it. And the caution flag is out here with less than 20 laps to go. We got teal on teal violence here. Saw it start. They were 3 wide going through turn 3 and 4, and just kind of like last time, ran out of real estate. Greg Woods, bit of a bobble there. Looked like his kind of ran down low. Didn't know if Collins was right there or what. Since Collins up the track, hard hit to him, the 22 Berube. Then Paul Jones in the 30 gets up in the air as well for the 2nd time in about the past 10 laps. Magoon will get a hard leg to the outside wall. Bill Sleep also involved as well. So Berube, another hard hit. Eddie Baker, Kevin Coleman, the whole field basically. It's easier if I just tell you that Jared Hayes and Justin Madigan weren't involved in it. See, even Christopher Cash there sliding through the grass. So most of the field out of faster pairs at this point and out of tires. So any pit stops, which is being made now by everyone outside of top 4. So Madigan, Ramsdell, Hayes, and Jeff Nairn all stay out. You can presume most of those are for damage or for fuel. I believe Christopher Cash did say he had a set of tires remaining, though he's currently 1 lap down. So we'll choose here with 18 laps to go. And just like that, though, past 15 laps, I've shaken this thing from upside down, side by side, over and over. And somehow, some way, it's still Joseph Madigan out front. So remember, we have the T8 Designs ARCA Series coming to you on Tuesday night. We have a recruitment race tomorrow night at Homestead, 8 o'clock Eastern and hosted. That's on April 1st. No jokes involved. But then after that, the Tier 1 ARCA Series, the T8 Design ARCA Series will get underway here in a couple weeks' time. So a lot of field choosing the bottom. That's going to leave the door wide open for whoever wants it. Greg Wood coming out of pit lane. And Jared. So a huge cone violation to 46 of Jared Hayes. This driver was running inside the top 5. We'll have to tag an EOL. So Jared Hayes, who needs to zoom out his profile picture a little bit, driver from Omaha, Nebraska, will have to restart the tail end of this line. Thank you for that, Jared. It's Joseph Madigan in the field. That's all you need to know. Bill Sleeplow sleeping at the wheel, it looks like. A couple guys trying to get their way around him. But it's big contact almost for third of Greg Wood, who jumped to the outside there, trying to quickly get clearance. Madigan, who's literally running almost on the apron down the backstretch. 16 laps to go in the Wendy Joe Memorial 150, and Madigan leading the way over to Stage 1 winner. Ramsdell in the 83 knocked off the start of this race with a bang. Won Stage 1 from the second starting position. And the man currently in front of him, the man that started in front of him. So got beaten qualifying, couldn't get beat by Madigan. But I think the field is kind of used to getting outran by that 76 truck at this point. Madigan has a spotter as well, Ryan Honeycutt, in his ear. So always very beneficial, I think, to have a real live spotter here on iRacing compared to everyone else. And it's Dakota Ramslow who's forcing that spotter to work hard tonight. Looking on his outside for the lead. He's bringing Cody Mitchell in the 44, who was just involved in an incident a couple laps ago. That was the first time we talked about him. And now he's looking to steal a podium spot, maybe get a win here. As Dakota Ramslow shoots it on the bottom, Madigan will run the middle lane. He'll bring, though Cody Mitchell will close up a little bit too. Maybe Mitchell saved a set of tires, saved the best set for last. It's Greg Wood currently running fourth. And Jared Hayes there and Jordan Berube trying to sort it out for fifth. Maybe a couple guys saved some tires that last time by. We'll have to find out and see, though. It's very possible looking at the times. So side by side, though, through 3 and 4. It's Ramsdell electing the bottom line. Madigan will get the run off the corner here. And Ramsdell quick to block that momentum boost for Madigan. He'll get a shot at the back bumper for it. They have traffic entering the picture. That's the 7, I believe, Ricky Gonzalez involved in a wreck about 12 laps ago. Currently running 10 laps down. Side by side down the backstretch with lap traffic out of their windshield. Side by side as well behind them. Madigan running the high line. Not quite up by the wall. Not enough to build a huge momentum swing. But enough to stay in the fight. Side by side again. Madigan this time enters up by the wall. Ramsdale won't have a chance to block it. He'll have to kind of settle for what he's given. And it's not much. It's all the momentum gets given to Madigan. Madigan gets turned by Ramsdale. He slides up the track. He gets T-boned by Caleb Collins. Ramsdale quick on the radio to apologize. As with 11 laps to go, both these drivers look to be going to the back. So that I mentioned, Ramsdale wasn't going to get a chance to block there. He's going to have to play a side draft game. Maybe a little bit of netcode involved. We'll have to see. Now he just runs him up the track and runs out of room. Madigan then slides up the track, and Caleb Collins, for the third time tonight, truck up on at least 2 wheels. So this is going to really help more. Well, it's going to be Eddie Baker getting a lap back, I believe, when it's all said and done. So look at the gap. Yeah, this Madigan gets squeezed. I mean, he's already right there by the wall. Nothing. He can't really go any higher. And the 83 there of Ramsdale just comes up the track. And the 72 Cape Collins. If we can get an onboard of this shot. You want to talk about wrong place, wrong time. There's nothing you can do at this point except feel helpless. Cars comes up the track. You can go low if you want, but you got guys down there. You don't know where the car's coming back up. That's point of steering, just double broke to get hit again. And out of all of that, the 44 driver we literally mentioned for the first time this entire race, about 15 laps ago for being involved in a wreck, finds himself in the lead. Last pit on lap 82. I think he might have taken a set of tires. I think he saved a set, saved the best for last here. Choosing this time, Greg would make sure he calls it out. Calls it out once more for good measure. It's Cody Mitchell leading the field. To mention, a couple bad runs can really upset your points bubble. Madigan came in right with 30 to the good. Had a really good stage 1 and 2, so obviously I wouldn't sweat it too bad. But you get an upset winner, someone like a Greg Wood, who was outside that playoff bubble coming into the night. Well, things can change up very quickly. Caleb Collins still in this race as well. Eddie Baker gets back on the lead lap. So Kevin Coleman, Zachary Woods, I believe, are your 2 playoff drivers currently having issues. So that means every point definitely going to matter here when you got 6 guys still running at the end. If you want us to go live and we can do a radio call while you're getting it set up, we can.